Well, hey, and welcome everybody. I am so excited to be here. This is your Wednesday Team Prosperity meeting, and today is February 12th, 2020. I'm so excited to be here with everybody. I've got a few things that I wanted to go over. I know Mike's got a great presentation for us, and David's going to have some stuff that he wants to share at the end. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. What I wanted to do is just go over a few things that I didn't have a chance to on the last training. Again, for the people coming in, this is your Team Prosperity Wednesday meeting. And as you know, we just got back from convention. There was just a few convention pictures I wanted to show everybody. They didn't turn out great, and we weren't able to get everybody in the pictures, but there's Mike speaking and me speaking. There's the SMDs and some of the awards that we've won, and then Mike and David and I. And this was the lady that got a lot of great feedback. She was the co-writer of the Robert Kiyosaki books about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I really hope to see everybody at the next event. You know, Jeff was there and Sherry, and we had our own breakout session, and of course the gala, and you know, the 20s theme. It was a lot of fun. So I'm really hoping to see everybody there next year that didn't have a chance to make it. A few other announcements. I wasn't sure if everybody had a chance to get this information via email, but there was some recognition from WFG that went out for 2019 of 426,000 families helped. 313,000 new policies were issued. Really impressive. You can see, you know, not only are we helping people, but we're making, you know, a lot of commissions, and also the NPR just shows how much of the business stays on the books, which is very important when you're talking about building a solid business. So a few numbers here. As well as the advancements in 2019, you can see how many SMDs, EMDs, CEOs, EVCs, SEVCs, etc., as well as 299 new $100,000 ring earners, and then 119 people who earned $250,000 or more. Very exciting stuff. So lots of great improvements, and always more to come in 2020. You know, WFG definitely wants to recognize you, so make sure that your photo's in there for recognition. If you need help with that, let me know. And then Transamerica is another great, you know, company that we work with that also does a lot of recognition. They just came out with a new educational email series for new agents, as well as a new and improved website. That website is transamerica.com/agent-central. If you need any of this, I have it all. I'm happy to forward it to you. But it pretty much replaced the TLD Learning Center, and it's got lots and lots of great things in there. I was surfing through it today, so definitely go to transamerica.com/agent-central and check it out. They have a ton of webinars. You know, they're always extremely helpful, as well as all the other carriers that we work with. Transamerica does a Red Shoe Club. They have a lot of recognition. We just got this yesterday for Adam Carswell. He was in the top 50 rising stars for 2019, so a big congratulations to Adam Carswell and the people that made it happen. Congratulations. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with before I bring up Mike is Julie Stewart is doing a training the day after tomorrow. So this upcoming Friday the 14th, it's Valentine's Day, at noon Eastern on her Zoom meeting link. We're going to put it out there. I have it if anybody wants it in advance. Otherwise, we'll have a few announcements for it in the Team Prosperity Facebook group, as well as send out an email right before the meeting with the link. That's what I wanted to go over. I'm very excited to bring up Mike and see his presentation, so give me just 1 second to grab him. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. It is already almost the middle of February, so this year is already flying by. There's some changes that I want to go over with you guys today to make sure you guys understand for your business as well as your partners. Couple of announcements. When you guys have people coming in, make sure you take 5, 10, 15 minutes, however long. It's one time, shouldn't be that difficult, to help them, A, be able to maneuver through a three-way call, set that up, as well as a screen share. Be able to go on a screen share as well as set up and host a screen share. Those are two very important things, because if we're a technology company, we're bringing digital innovation to the marketplace, and we've got a partner that can't connect a three-way call, can't set up a screen share, it's going to look bad. Remember, our haircut, our suit, the way we're presenting ourselves in a traditional model doesn't work here. So the way we present ourselves is the way that we can get on, maneuver through our digital assets, get people to the point where they need to go. So the two most important things, basic things coming in, screen share and three-way call. Every Tuesday, every Friday, you guys, we get a commission statement. You need to read through that. A, you need to know how much money you're making, what it comes from, how to evaluate it to make sure your paycheck is going to be right, and to make sure you understand going forward, how do I increase my pay? Also, as you start to run and take over an office or a group of offices, people are going to have questions. Hey, I didn't get paid what I thought I was going to get paid, or I've got a commission question. If you don't know how to read a commission statement from a managerial and a leadership perspective, that's very bad. So start with yourself individually and start when your business is relatively small. So understanding the commission statement is easy. That way, going forward, when there's pages and pages to go through, it'll be a lot easier for you guys. Alana referenced this, but I wanted to re-bring this up to you guys, is February 14th, this Friday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Julie Stewart will do a special team training for us. And she's done a few before. They've been really, really good. And it doesn't matter if you're a consultant or what we call a professional or an inviter. She gives great sales ideas. So remember, when you're looking at the retirement pyramid and you're looking at annuities and life insurance, it's a guaranteed income aspect. It's a long-term asset. Of course, it's insurance. So when you're looking at that pyramid, what we have to offer on this platform covers a lot of what's needed in the retirement pyramid. So when Julie's here, before she talked about, well, there are qualified and non-qualified funds going into annuities. So you need to understand, what goes into an annuity and why. You also need to understand how to bring up an open conversations. Remember, the tier one contact, whether it's partner, client, whether, whatever it is that you're trying to market, it's about opening conversations. So if I came up to somebody and I say, hey, do you have CDs? Even if they do, probably going to answer no, because that's an invasive question. Now, if you come back, are you happy with your current CD rate? Not too many people should be. You're opening up conversations there. If I could show you a way to protect your money like the bank while obtaining a stronger rate with more growth potential, would you be open to seeing that solution? No risk, no fee. She also taught us that during tax time, business owners, tax time brings up tax deductions for small business owners. Do you know the government allows small businesses to save money towards retirement and deduct it and have it as a deduction for the business? Do you need help identifying tax deductions for your business? Do you own? Or are you participating in any IRAs? If I could show you a way to get up to $56,000 in tax deductions while also creating a guaranteed retirement account, would you be open to seeing that as part of a solution? Also, if they're 50 plus years of age, within 10 years of retiring, are you planning to retire? That question itself will get conversations open. Are you planning to retire? Some people say, well, I hope to. I just don't know if I can. So these quick little questions that demand a response from the other side can really help you open these conversations. Are you worried about losing money? Has anyone ever talked to you about recession-proofing your accounts? If I could show you a way to guarantee no loss while also guaranteeing a 7% rate of return, and we do have some of those, the nationwide guarantees for 7 to 10 years, 7% compounded in the benefit base. Return on your income bucket, which is the benefit base, between now and the time you retire, would you want to see that as part of your overall solution? Remember, if you're an inviter, you don't have to do all the analytical breakdowns. You don't have to deal with the client, but you do have to build interest enough in some of our strategies and concepts to pass that over to get it over to a professional or consultant. So she'll go through more expansive language. I guarantee that you guys, if you're on that, will pick up something that's very valuable to your business, and you can take from that meeting and immediately go into the marketplace and start to use that. The 12-week year we just ended a week or so ago. We will be starting a new one. I believe it is Monday the 24th. So you guys, when you look at your calendars, Monday the 24th will be a start date. If you've never done the 12-week year, we would love to have you on board. And what advice I give to new people is just make it through. Just power through. It's a learning experience. You'll come out of that with a lot of gained knowledge that you can take into the next 12-week years. If you are returning, once again, we'd love to have you back on. At a bare minimum, you're going to get to interact with our people in the business, hear what they're doing, what's working, what's not working, and gain a little bit of insight into what you do well, what you don't do well, and the 12-week year will help you identify both those and how to organize your time effectively to get more done in a quarter than most people do in a year. If you don't have the book and you've never had an Audible account from Amazon, I do have a link I post in the Facebook group, as well as I can email it out to you for a free copy of the book. You've got almost 2 weeks or so to get prepared. We will have a sign-up sheet for those interested, and then once we start on that Monday, every Saturday we'll have weekly activity meetings, or what we call WHAM groups. And like I said, those are great ways to interact with people in this business, both new and seasoned veterans, to see what's going on. Remember, we've all got the same time. Whether you're a W-2 employee, business owner, it doesn't matter. We've all got the same number of hours, minutes, seconds in the day. What sets us apart, especially as entrepreneurs when we're trying to beat the time management game, is how we use our time. So these systems like the 12-week year allow you to identify, like I said, what works for you, what doesn't work, where are the breakdowns, and then self-reflect, self-repair, and then from doing that process, make more money, build a bigger business, and get more out of the day and the month and the quarter than other people do. It's a 90-day madman cycle. That's all the 12-week year is based on. It's about getting a 90-day plan cycle in place that executes, obsess, you measure results, you organize and plan. The problem with year-long goals is you pushed it out. It's December or it's further along, so I don't have to worry about it right now. That's procrastination. So when you look at your goals and force yourself to take a more immediate response to the goals with action plans, you're going to get more done and get closer to those goals. The way that we keep track is I send this out, and there's a 12-week plan. That includes your goals, your tactics, your scorecards, and it's a Google Doc. It's a view only, so you select file, you make a copy, you name it yours, and then you can go in and edit it. Remember, even if we're doing time management systems like the 12-week year, I try to even go further along because, guys, the monotony of doing this day in, day out, especially in the beginning periods of time, can feel like a grind. Anything building from the bottom floor up is going to feel like a grind. So what we do is break your day up. Go in very aggressively for 1 hour at a time with maximum attention, focus, energy, intensity, execution, and that allows you to measure in short periods of time and set continuous deadlines and goals. This creates intensity. Now, from this, if I have a great hour, excellent. I'm going to build on that momentum. I'm going to step away for a minute, maybe walk or do whatever I need to do, get lunch, come back, kill it again. Now, if I don't have a good hour, guess what? I get to press the reset button. I come back with a fresh mind, fresh outlook, fresh energy, and try to get that next hour to be much, much better. The weekly accountability sheets will also help you organize your day in terms of what needs to be done. Very easy to keep track. If you keep track and send them in, we add it to the master sheet. And by 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, we need to have those numbers in. Monday, I post them. I offer direct feedback on every week as well as a monthly recap. And then if you're doing things like the activity sheet and the 12-week year, I'm more than willing to work with you. Of course, if any of you or your partners need help, we're always around. But if you want scheduled coaching calls every week for 30 minutes or so, those are really the only two requirements. You bring to the table whatever it is you're having problems with. I'll also bring some other stuff. And week by week, we just dissect your business and get better and better at what you do. It's really just about developing self-discipline. And that's what this business, and that's really what life's about in general. If you're going to be successful at something, or if you look at people that are successful in doing whatever it is, sports, business, hobbies, whatever it might be, they are self-disciplined. Instead of saying, I don't have time, and this is how you read people in the marketplace. If people don't have time to watch a video, they don't have time to read a book for 45 minutes, they're not saying I don't have time. They're just not saying this is not a priority. I'm not interested. So from your perspective, if you're telling yourself that, reword yourself and go back and look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I need to start talking to myself in a little bit different way. Instead of giving myself ample opportunity to justify why I don't want to do something, I need to be a little bit more, check myself every once in a while. That will help you be more successful and will help you get rid of the weak, the entitled, the people that really won't make good partners, because you can bring a lot of people into this business, but if they're the wrong people, you're going to have a lot of work. We're going to have a lot of work for little results. So understand who you're looking for, why, and then go out and find them, and then let their words, let their, what they say to you lead the conversation. Virtual financial, we talked about this in the Tuesday meeting, and I think Chris has brought it up a little bit as well, and some other things that he does. But virtual financial has been designated as the first team to go custom content channel with outstanding Wealthway 360. It's a big deal for us. So, Mike's in Atlanta right now, so we'll have some updates on this, but our business gets better and better and better each day, each week. The things that we do, the changes that we make, the new stuff that we introduce is just getting us into a better and better and better position. So be excited about what's going on. And also understand that our last compliance review as a company was a few years ago. And even just a few years ago, we were a very small company, so no one really cared. There wasn't a lot going on. As we get bigger, as we win more awards, as we have more revenue, income, partner growth coming in, compliance is going to be checking us. And we're going through a compliance check right now. So you guys as a team, Team Prosperity does really, really well. Every once in a while, we'll see something and we'll say, hey, you can't do that. You got to take that down. But overall, you guys cause us zero compliance issues, which is great. But when the IMO, the WFG Transamerica platform, reviews some things and they ask us to change some things, we need to, because one of the advantages of working with that IMO is everything that we get. It absorbs our growth. It has the capacity to pay out $1 billion, capacity to pay out $4 billion expected in the next few years, $80 million home office, $20 million computer system, and then everything that I always hated running my own businesses is taken care of for us. Compliance, commission, marketing, IT, legal, all of this stuff, so we can concentrate on building business relationships, training, supporting, working with clients. But along with that, we need to make sure that everything they say and everything they advise us to do, we need to take into consideration and put that into place immediately. So some of the things that we need to understand that's going on right now is that your lifestyle page, which a lot of you guys like, it's good. And that goes along with any of these pages in your CRM, under Lead Wizard, under Lead Capture, there's a group of pages there. All of those pages are relatively new. They've already been through compliance. So those are good to go. You can use any of those that you want. Now, on the VFG marketing site, some of those are working, some of them not. If they're not working right now, it just means that stuff needs to get reworded or something needs to be changed. So go through right now, find out what's working, what's not working. We'll update you. The main point of what I'm telling you right now is don't send out links that aren't working. So check the stuff that you're using, make sure it's working. If it's not working, just understand the next number of days or however long it takes, it'll be back up. Nothing has changed, guys. In the compliance review, system's still the same. The tier system is still the same. The only thing that's really changed is our promotional guidelines. So it's going from a point-driven requirement to an activity-driven requirement. It's really good for us, guys. So any changes that we make, of course, we have to evaluate them. But as soon as we understood the changes that they needed us to make, it fits our business model very well. So you can see that no longer do we have phases, and no longer is somebody going to come in and say, I picked the company standard fast track. They're going to have the opportunity, according to the activity, to qualify. So someone comes in Well, they still have the upfront exchange. That goes to you as the direct partner, but it's not any type of a premium requirement anymore. Whatever's suitable. So from a consultant or a financial professional point of view, if you're training a new partner, you're just going through. You're gathering the data, presenting the report, and just like a client, if there's anything that we can do right now that can assist them in getting their financial plan a little bit better, a little bit tighter, in a better position, you recommend that. So if somebody is 32 years of age, recently married, maybe has a kid, maybe has a little bit of disposable income or positive cash flow, and they need a $500,000 term of living benefits, and that's going to cost them $32 per month, suitable, they say yes, that's their exchange sale. If you've got somebody coming in, they're 60 years of age, they might need some supplemental retirement solutions, they might need some bigger insurance, whatever it might be. That premium or transaction premium is higher, that's what it is. So you're making, as a consultant or professional, the suitable recommendation here, and if it's a personal plan, if it's suitable, if they can qualify, if they can afford it, that's the exchange sale. And that takes them through this process of the first training sale. Now, after the exchange, they've got 2 other training sales they need to complete in the first 30 days. But the difference is both of these training sales, training sale 2 and training sale 3, they're actually going to get paid on. So they're giving one away. They participate in revenue here. So instead of a point-driven requirement, we're looking for activities. We're looking for 3 training sales in the first 30 days somebody comes in. 1 they give away, 2 they participate and make money. And if they can get that done, 1, 2, 3, you can see how they progress from company standards fast, and then they can get on the sprint track. So once again, 3 training sales in the first 30 days, 1's an exchange. The second and the third one are revenue and income participation for that new partner. Now, if they are not licensed, they still have the same requirement. The only difference is without a license, they cannot participate in the second and third, but they still would qualify for the sprint track, which has a great number of advantages on that. And you guys, when you're looking at your partners, every one of these sales counts. So you can see as you're going through it, they qualify for the sprint, the exchange, training sale 2 and training sale 3 will automatically go on that sprint track. So this is important you guys understand. There's no more phases. There's no more point requirements. So anything on the YouTube channel that had to do with the fast track, phase 1, phase 2, it's gone. So we'll record some new stuff. It's going to be better for your business. It's activity driven, easier for the client or the new partner to understand. Everything's still the same. SVP, EMD, CEO, all of these promotions on the platform, the bonus pools, our business model still remains the same. The only difference is a little bit of change on the promotional guidelines. Still have the same opportunity to earn personal income, agency income, expansion income, and bonus income. So you got multiple streams. Everything's still the same. It's our job to help the new partner create those streams of income to the point they can be independent, go out and do this on their own. Also, you need to understand for yourself as well as your business partners, it's not just random activity with whatever happens, happens. That's not the way to run a business. You need to understand what you need to do in terms of getting to your income goals. If it's 5, 10, 20, 50 grand a month, whatever it might be, understand the numbers, understand how to get there in the different phases of income, and understand how to better those. So if you're working on personal agency expansion income, understand where the money's coming from and how to increase the velocity and the percentages of that income coming in. So once again, as a financial professional, as a consultant in this company, on the client side, you're working with them. You're using the Build a Better Tomorrow, gathering the data on the Tier 3, the Tier 5, presenting the report, making any suitable recommendations, and then taking that from the report to any type of quotes, illustrations, additional education material. On the partners, you're doing the exact same thing. You're training them, but you're essentially just showing them a sample F&A report, gathering the data for the Tier 3, Tier 5, present the report, make any recommendations, and no matter what's going on in that recommendation, if it's a $35 term, if it's a $400 IUL, whatever it might be, that exchange sale on a personal level, if it passed the litmus test, suitable, affordable, and can medically qualify, counts as their exchange. Remember, our job as a professional or as a consultant is to teach people ways to improve their cash flow, manage their debt, eliminate it quickly, establish an emergency fund, get protected in the right ways, accumulate assets in advantageous vehicles, and then preserve it. If you've got successful savings, we as partners get this for free, this bottom part, Legacy Shield. So A, you get everything in place as you build a dynamic business that pays a lot of passive cash flow. It's protected. But also now going through that on your own, getting that for free, you understand the product. So if you haven't done Legacy Shield and you're already licensed and you're already on the platform, that is free. I would recommend that you do that. And remember, guys, as a professional, as a consultant, help people understand. And if you give choices, build value, and make the client participate, you'll find that your premiums will probably come in a lot higher, because when you compare stuff and give them the opportunity to see longer-term prospects of what happens at a 10, 20, 30-year mark down the road, you can see that comparing a term return of premium, and a permanent policy that we use, the IUL, over periods of time, you can see how a permanent, if it's suitable, if they can afford it, a permanent IUL, cash value accumulation life insurance policy, will make a better choice over the long run. So if you give choice A, B, let people pick, they'll probably pick the one that makes more sense. There's a lot of money on the move in terms of client side, in terms of partner side, market share. There's so much going on in this industry right now that you guys have such an excellent opportunity to grab hold of different streams of revenue and income and blow this up. Conversations get started with simple questions. People want to give their opinion. Do you know how much the American dream costs these days? $137,000. Do you agree with that? Do you think the American dream is feasible? Do you think it's reachable? If you're asking people for their opinions, they're going to give them to you. That's opening conversations. The only thing you have to do is use that information to continue in direct conversations to assets, videos, whatever it is that you're doing. And that's where our nationwide literacy campaign comes into place. We're 16th in the world in financial literacy. We're paying the price for that. So our book, our message, our campaign, it's going to reach 100 million Americans. So from a client perspective, you get in a very kindergarten, elementary way, you get to learn how money works. But from a partner perspective, 100 million Americans, a message like this, a cause, a mission, kind of aligns in terms of their head, their mindset. Oh, I understand why they're hiring right now, why they're interviewing, to help absorb the growth. These are the things that people need to understand. So when you're out there, like I said, even as an inviter, you don't have to know all the analytical back ends of these policies, but you do need to know how to build interest in what we do to the point somebody wants to speak to a professional or a consultant. According to the Social Security Board of Trustees, the program responsible for providing monthly payout to 64 million people each month is set to expend more than it collects this year. This will be the first time since 1982 this has happened. Worse yet, Social Security's nearly $2.9 trillion in asset reserves is expected to be gone, totally gone by 2035, with an estimated $13.9 trillion funding gap awaiting between 2035 and 2093. So if you're dealing with a client and their expected retirement is, out in this range right here, they need to understand, ask them questions. Do you expect to receive Social Security? Do you think Social Security is going to be around like it is for your parents? Because if they agree with you that it's not, then that opens the door to start opening conversation about how to plan for a future in which you paid into a system that you might not get any money back from. That's our cause. That's our mission. The book, the media tour, everything we're doing, it gives us a positive message in the marketplace that's very positively received. It opens conversation and it builds interest. When you're talking to people, most of the time when Alana and I talk to people on intro calls, we're letting them talk about themselves. We're getting to know them. Naturally, it comes up to a point with what we've said, or just naturally, they're going to say, well, what do you guys do? We teach people how money works. Those words are so valuable to continue the conversation. It opens up questions from their side. What do you mean? Oh, I need to learn how money works. So once again, when somebody asks you what you do, I teach people how money works. You don't have to be a consultant. You don't have to be a professional, but you do have to view yourself as part of what the assembly line creates, which is financial expertise. That how money works message can be taken in the marketplace, and we're just going to drive this into the market over the next 12 to 18 months in a big way. But essentially that message can open up partner conversations, partner interviews, client conversations, F&As, quotes, illustrations, whatever it might be, or now a bridge. Before, when we're talking about digital innovation, digital disruption, what our company's doing from a technology standpoint, it's hard for people to take that message and really even understand it themselves or pass it on. When you teach people how money works, that message gets out. And we've already seen, Alana and myself, people and platforms like LinkedIn referring people over to us to speak to them because of this message. There was a few weeks ago, Tom and Steve were on CBS in Tampa. We put that recording out. As we have more of that information, we'll give it to you. The end of January, the How Money Works book was picked up and written on by Kathleen Elkins and CNBC Make It. Her article was then picked up by MSN. So all we're doing is weaving a web of video information as well as when other places pick it up to do what we need to build that rapport, trust, and credibility in the marketplace. When people see what you're offering is all over the place, guess what? They're interested in learning more. They feel comfortable. They might not know you at all, but they're going to feel more comfortable in dealing with you because we got publications, we got people talking about what we're doing. The books is going to be a big part of what we do, but we needed to find out, as a company like us, with the way we do business, how do we incorporate this book into what we're doing? So Alana and I have an idea that we're going to share with you guys, and it's about understanding the value of the book, the message, but also understand the value of what we do as a company here with Virtual Financial. And so we said, okay, how do we get these books out to a massive amount of people? Yes, if you have books with you, there's nothing better than in a physical presence to hand somebody the book, them take it, them say thank you, you get their contact information, and schedule a follow-up. But that limits us. We don't want to be territorial restricted. How do we build that rapport, trust, and credibility on a nationwide level with this message and with these books? Well, first of all, we need to understand some of the concepts. And some of the concepts that we constantly push out there, Rule of 72, we compare somebody like Bob or Bill, money earning 1%, money earning 8%, both start at 25 grand. What happens over 10, 20, 30 years? Well, you can see Bill's in a way better position. So why in the world would our clients accept in this low interest rate, ultra low interest rates if they can do better, and the time period to build almost nothing? And when you look at the current CD rates, you guys, that's why when somebody like Julie comes in and talks to us, we're not asking if you have CDs, we're asking you if you're happy with your current CD rates, because if they don't have CDs, they're going to tell you. If they do have CDs, they're probably like, no, the interest rates are terrible. And you can see at some of these rates how long it's going to take for their money to double. And according to the average savings account rate in this country right now, it's going to take 800 years for our money to double. So somebody's got thousands and thousands of dollars sitting in a CD, sitting in a savings account. They don't really need it. We've got alternative vehicles that can put them in a better situation. Some of the book goes through just simple things. And as a consultant or as an inviter, if you can show people ways that they can save money just by changing some of the things they're doing, simple changes, you can see in a recent survey, American adults said that on average, they lost $1,230 in 2018 because they did not properly understand basic household financial issues. Almost 20% lost $2,500. Lack of financial literacy cost Americans a total of $295 billion in 2018. That's a lot of money that could be going to work for them instead of against them. Well, we take it a step further. What if we take those numbers and what if we just do some brief calculations? What if over a 20-year period we take $1,230 or we take $2,500, we earn an interest rate of 6%? What does that look like? Well, saving ourselves $1,230 by making better financial choices over a 20-year period returns almost 50 grand. Over a 20-year period, if we take the other 20%, that estimated $2,500 for making bad financial choices, that's almost 100 grand. So would somebody want an extra 50 to 100 grand at retirement? I think so. Let us show you how to get there by making small, simple changes and choices that you probably don't even know that you can do to get you here. Remember, found money from a consultant perspective, dealing with a client, the client's way more apt to put that money into work because you help find it. And then this isn't updated. I mean, the number keeps getting. This is a crisis that we have going on, financial literacy, guys. Not knowing how to manage your personal finances cost Americans now $307 billion. This is one of the most, if not the most important pressing issues in our country. And if you talk about a business opportunity from the client or the partner side, if you're tackling a problem, Steve Siebold says in that first How Money Works video, the rich get rich by solving problems. You guys are solving a huge problem here. You can make a lot of money if you get excited about what we're doing and you get excited about the potential prospect of helping people. Remember, helping families, serving families, if that's on the forefront of your mindset, the money will follow. Well, what are these spending habits? Well, eating out, ride shares, events, lottery tickets, coffees, alcohol, new clothes, subscription services. These were named in the books as $757 a month. Average American could save $378 cutting non-necessities in half. So once again, we can show you a way we can save you $300 by cutting non-necessities, put that to work over a 10, 20, 30-year period of time. What does that look for you? Would you rather have the alcohol or would you rather have a decent standard of living in retirement? Now, we're not talking about stripping somebody's budget down to the bare necessities where, they're upset with what's happened. We're talking about showing them simple changes, divert that money, be cognitive about what you're doing with your money, do a budget, find ways to squeak out some money and put it to work. There's going to be 4 threats, and this comes in the book, every wealth builder must conquer. Procrastination, we go through this in the F&A report. Inflation, we go through this in the F&A report. Losses, taxes, all of these things have to be known. Now that your client is aware of the threats, it's time to review the strategies that will help conquer them. So all of this stuff is just marketing material, guys, and this is all we're doing. We're saying, hey, take your money, your hard-earned money, whether it's W-2, whether it's business, whether it's 1099, let us teach you how to make simple changes, divert some of that money into a way that can work for you. How Money Works will be on TV 50 times in 2020. This is a lot of media exposure that we can use for our benefit. But like I said, we're a technology company. So when we look at a book coming out like this, how do we incorporate this into our business model? Well, Lana and I did some thinking, and as a digital marketing organization, we have the ability to cover the entire country. Well, I think the book should be the same way. So this is our idea. It's in the infancy stages. It'll probably be ready in a few weeks. I do have to make sure that there's no compliance issues. I don't think there is. We're just giving books away. But we went ahead and we purchased howmoneyworks.vip. And let me just take you real quickly over to this. You can see howmoneyworks.vip is a quick order form. They don't have to scroll down. It's got the Seabolt video on there, free copy of the just released and widely anticipated book, How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. It's part of our nationwide media tour for our financial literacy campaign. We'll give you the book and ship it for free. If we're getting the books for $250, shipping it's going to be another couple bucks, envelope, or there's little padded envelopes. We're saying for $5 or less, we can ship a book out, and all we're asking in return is their contact information. First name, last name, email address, phone number, address where you want the book shipped, and would you be willing to provide feedback after finishing the book? Once they fill in this right here, they click. Congratulations, your order's in place. Thank you for your order. And then we'll get a contact form. So for $5 or a little less than $5, I don't know what it's going to turn out to be. Alana and I are willing if they let us be a distribution center for the book. So from you guys' perspective, if you need a few books, you can order them from us and we'll get them out to you. But if you want to use this page once it's live and once we set it up, for marketing purposes, you're basically paying $5 to have a book shipped out to that contact, and you got their contact information. Now, it's a book being shipped out. It can be classified as a lead, I guess, but it's really a contact form. It's our job to create that lead. So when I follow up or when you follow up, we're going to make sure they got the book, see if they've read it. If not, it's just like the videos. If they haven't already watched the videos, we press them to watch the videos. If they haven't already read the book, we press them to read the book. They can get this book done in 45 minutes to an hour. So it's not a big time investment, and we're going to get their feedback. What did you like best about the book? If that mirrors our videos. What did you like best about the videos? And we're going to help you guys, like I said, continue and direct those conversations into client F&As, client sales, business partnership, interviews, whatever it might be. This would be for you guys if you need additional lead source, if you want to take advantage of this. This would not be for your partners. If your partner is not very good at follow-up, you're not going to send a book out, call somebody one time, leave a voicemail, and you're done. It's going to take a little follow-up. Like everything that you do in life, and especially in this business, the more you follow up, the more you get in front of people, the more contacts you have, the more money you will make. But this is an excellent opportunity with our mission, with our cause, to get in front of people. And trust me, at a bare minimum, if you're getting books out and you're getting 30, 40 of these leads per month, there's going to be a bare minimum term living benefits replacements in there. And then a maximum, you might have annuity rollovers, you might have big IULs, who knows? So we're going to get this approved, start the distribution in a few weeks. You guys can order whatever you want. If somebody has $15, they want 3 contact forms, we'll send the books out and send that over to them. So we just want to develop enough legs of marketing and incorporate everything that's going on to help you guys out. So we'll go back over here. So there's opportunity everywhere. And from the digital standpoint, social media standpoint, the book standpoint, there's a lot of things firing. When I first came in this company, we had nothing to offer. We had a vision of what we wanted to do for the industry, and I had a lot of positive motivation. Hey, keep going. There's an excellent business opportunity. Now somebody coming in, there are just incredible amounts of things to do to open conversations. And Tom Matthews said it best during the Wealth Wave convention. Not the smartest, not the most educated, not the most talented. This business and this model and this opportunity wins whoever's got the most contacts. If you get good at opening conversations, the scripts that we have, the messages that we have, the back-end benefits from a client or partner, you'll get very good at what you do. You nail your part. The rest of the assembly line will take care of the rest, and we'll be off and running. So at this point, what's holding a new partner back? We've got so much going on, and it's really things like, self-sabotage, personality defects, poor time management, whatever it might be. And that's why things like the 12-week year, the activity sheets, the accountability sheets will keep you guys in check, your partners in check, and kind of save yourself from yourself. Because let's be honest, I do it, Alana does it. You give us the chance to procrastinate, whether it's a client or a partner, we're going to kick the can down the road in not a very berating, confrontational way. You've got to know how to talk to people and get them to take action. This is more along the lines, this is supposed to be, kind of like a self-development, self-help post, but I'm confident about what I have to offer the world. Yes, you should be confident in what you have to offer from a personality perspective, from what you individually have to offer the world, but it's about the business too. There's so much to offer. If you go out there, if you have the contacts, if you have the activity, you let us help you, you can build a business that, like I always said, if you do this correctly, will be the envy of the rest of the industry. You've got a lot of advantages. You've got a market advantage. You've got a social media advantage. You've got a compensation advantage, administration advantage, system advantage, and technology advantage. None of that has changed. None of that is going to change. We've got a good lead. We're about 7 to 10 years ahead of the industry. I'm surprised that at this point in our business growth model that the rest of the industry is still sitting on their hands. Good thing for us. So understand what you have, understand the opportunity, and understand you do your job on the front end, we will assist you and we'll help you build this business. We have disruptive leadership and culture. We're building on winning strategies. The agency building model was around for a long time in this industry. I've told you guys before, if this was traditional where I show up to an office, I have to go to people's houses, count me out, 0%. I'm in here for the innovation, for the disruption, and for the opportunity to change a lot of people's lives in terms of partners and clients. Financial literacy, like we talked about, is a huge problem. The online entrepreneur is the new birth, the new golden age of the entrepreneur. You put both those things together, the new way of doing business, and you've got a virtual business in financial services that you can do from basically anywhere. To the right people, guys, this will be something that they raise their hand. I want to know more. Get me more information. Who do I talk to? How do I interview? For the wrong people, they're going to give you all these dumb questions leading up. The dumb questions are nothing more than them telling you no. There's one thing Chris Delfino has nailed. It's the language of no. People say no, not directly anymore, but they'll say a lot of offshoots of no. It actually means no. They're just not direct with you. So remember, people see this instantly on the partner side. Work with those people. And you've got to understand that if somebody's happy with linear income as a W-2 employee, as a producer in the insurance industry, and they're happy there, they want to stay there, that's fine. We understand the principles of Robert Kiyosaki. We understand how to get ahead. we understand the advantages of leveraged income. When you talk linear and leveraged income, people understand. Alana's new partner that came in yesterday, I did a tier 3 today. Kiyosaki understands, wants to move in the quadrants, not necessarily sure how to do that. We showed him the way, and he's in. He's excited. This is what you want to work with. If you're following up with somebody and having multiple conversations and they're not getting it, the probability, even if they do come in this company and they're successful, is really low. Remember, as you build your business, there's going to be different steps. And just like the cash flow quadrant, base shop is self-employed. Distribution is business ownership. So from day one, you always want to be eyeing distribution. How do I get my office set up? How do I get my franchises set up? What's my exit strategy? What income number do I need on a passive level to back out of this? All of this starts with your contacts. And if you get good at contacting, opening conversations, you're going to get good at building this business. Contacts are like bricks for building what you want. And that's why I always say, if a partner comes in and they go through the first 60 days and they've had barely any contacts with people, guess what? Their calendar's blank, their conversations are little to none. They're going to start getting frustrated, and they're going to start to justify, maybe this business isn't for me, maybe this business isn't a workable model. If you get people off to a very quick start, opening conversations and getting them confident, hey, Joe, Johnny, Tim, whoever it might be, if you can do this, this is what I'll do for you on the backside. It's 180-degree opposite from the rest of the industry, because the rest of the industry throws you out there, sees what happens, check in, let me know how things are going. Our platform is based on giving you a lot of help in the beginning with the anticipation and expectation in the long run, you're going to take over these roles and become independent. Words are very powerful. You can say the wrong words, you can say the right words, you can say too many words, and that's a problem that we get into. Once you get seasoned enough in this business and you start learning about all the great advantages that we have, you start forcing it down people's throat. That's not the tier 1 contact. The tier 1 contact is about short little verbiage conversations that will open the conversations, build interest to allow us to get the rest of that pyramid. After the rapport, after the trust and credibility, comes information they give you that allows us to uncover some type of a problem, or we can offer a solution and an action point. Don't get too wordy. Stay clear, concise. Remember, if our attention span is less than a goldfish these days, if you overpower me with words, I'm going to lose the core message. And that really was discussed in the November 20th team meeting. It's on the YouTube channel. It's tier 1 for all the markets. And then November the 27th was handling objections, closing language, and asking for the sale. We're going to go back through all of this stuff, but essentially, tier 1 contact, that's your small role in a movie. So if you were an actor or an actress, you got a small role in a movie, you're going to practice it over and over and over again to make sure when you're on that screen that you do the best possible job you can. Same thing with tier 1 contact. If you nail what you need to do, warm market, cold market, social media, get very good at it, you got a lot of people on the backside that's going to help you close deals, bring partners in, and grow your business for you. It's the art of execution. And once you execute our system from the front end and then assume the other roles, you execute the tier system, you execute leadership, management, everything that we have to offer on this platform, your business will get rolling in a big, big, big way. And part of execution is knowing who you're looking for. Remember, you can bring in a lot of people, and they can be the wrong people. And that's going to be time-consuming for you, for us, and from a revenue or income standpoint, it's not going to be very beneficial to anybody. It's not just about our time. It's about your partner's time and money. If it's not a good fit, it's a waste of their time and a waste of their money. You get, a body count, but that doesn't necessarily do anything for your business. You need viable partners coming in that are willing to do this, and you guys can establish a mutually beneficial relationship. That starts with understanding who you're looking for. And once you understand who you're looking for, it's easier to go out and find those people, talk to those people, and identify how you can help them get to their goals, overcome their obstacles, challenges, etc. Read people instantly. Remember, if we were all sitting down to play cards, if you ever watch, Texas No Limit Hold'em poker on TV, it's not necessarily the best hand that wins all the time. It's the ability to play the table, the ability to read other people. And when you're out in the marketplace and you're able to read people very quickly and you're able to see they're not a good fit for the business, they're not a good fit for the client side, you move on. Instead of trying to change their mindset, rebuttal, convince, explain, you're spending very little time with them, and that time that you save can be invested into somebody who's a better fit for the partnership, a better fit for the client services. Read people. They're not going to tell you directly what they're thinking, but indirectly in the way they say it, how they say it, whether they make meetings or not, it's all going to tell you a lot about that person. What's your plan? That's the basic question that I have for a partner or a client when I introduce the business opportunity, when I offer solutions from the client service perspective, part of our business. I just want to know, what's your plan? You want to get here or you want to avoid getting here? What's your plan for doing that? If they have no plan or their plan lacks any type of a coordinated effort, then we can help them. We can show them ways to get from the client side, if that's what we're working with, or on the partner side to get to their goals and dreams. But essentially what we're trying to find out is, what's your goals, what's your dreams, what problems are you trying to avoid, and then what's your plan of action? And then ultimately we want them to come to the conclusion they don't know how to do it, they can't do it alone, or they can't do it fast enough. That's where we come in. Remember, when you're getting video material out there, don't just email it from the CRM and think that's good enough. Yes, it's coming from your email address, but it's being manufactured and sent through the CRM. If it goes to an alternate box and you follow up with Tom the next day and Tom says, didn't get the email, oh, no problem, let me email it to you again today, didn't get the email the next time, you're always starting over at point A. So if I'm on, for example, LinkedIn, somebody's interested, I'm on the phone, is this a text number? Great, I'm going to text you the videos, I'm going to email you the videos, and I'm going to send you the link through the message center on LinkedIn. That way, I tell them, you got multiple ways that you can retrieve those. Those need to be watched before we talk again. Do you understand? Okay, great. Move on. So don't get stuck on one. And also realize that when you're out there, there's a product revolution cycle going on in the industry. And if you can get used, like we talk about in that tier one contact, if I'm talking to Joe and there's no possibility that this conversation is going to continue for a possible partnership, possible client services, there's no continuation or follow-up, I'm asking Joe one question. Hey, I appreciate your time, Joe. Do you pay out of pocket for term life insurance? Because if he does, do you know about living benefits? If he doesn't, you may qualify for an important upgrade that includes additional benefits, possibly monthly savings. We can very quickly, now if you're an inviter, you want to get them on the phone with a consultant. If you can do that, it's quick 5 minutes. What's your face value? What are you paying? When did you get it? You had any medical events that would disqualify you from getting new insurance? Great. Let's compare apples to apples in terms of face-to-face, show them all the extra additional living benefits like we talk about. In the early 2000s, where I moved to California, there were, 18, 19, 20-year-old people driving luxury sports cars. They were in the mortgage business. They weren't the best loan officer of all time. They just knew how to ask people, what's your interest rate? I can get you a better interest rate. Same thing here. The differences in the products are so stark that if somebody can still qualify and you get them where they just got the term in the last few years, probably going to make a lot of sense. You're doing a great service for the client, reallocating funds to a better protection vehicle that incorporates a lot more that can happen to us, but you're also making that new premium coming in, income, revenue, organizational growth. Do this and make more sales. If you can incorporate what we're trying to tell you, the book language, the how money works language, the tier one contact for warm social media, cold market, asking if they pay out of pocket per term, these are all things that will directly affect your bottom line. And when you look at trying to piece together a personal protection package versus looking at a living benefits policy, it's not even in comparison. So if somebody's looking at new insurance, well, this is the basket of supplemental products that you have to put together versus this one product. So understand, new insurance or upgrade insurance, you've got great things to offer the marketplace. 3 is our magic number. We say, there's 3 training sales coming in. The first one's an exchange. The second and third, you participate in making money. 3 as far as direct recruits, qualified business partners coming in per month. 3 sales on the client side per month. 3 is your magic number. If you can incorporate 3 into a lot of what you do, it's going to give you a number to concentrate on. It's going to give you a baseline of what you know each and every month you need to concentrate on. And that 3 will take care of a lot of things, including building a base shop that will spin off franchises. You do your part, A, because that's 30% of your organizational growth per month that you're counting on for yourself. The other 70% will come from the rest of your organization. But you're also setting the example. If I come in and I see you doing work every day, putting people in the business, training, supporting, doing client sales, you're a great example for me to follow. If I come into your organization, I never see you do anything, I'm going to question, what exactly are you doing? How are you leading me? And what is the end point of all this? Last thing I'll leave you guys with, and David's going to come up for a few minutes and talk about an update on the books. We have a strategic plan. It's called Doing Things. This is not a hard business. It's not an easy business because you have to deal with the human psychology part of it. But, we're not out digging ditches. We're not in coal mines. We're not doing things that's really hard. The hardest part about this is getting through that survival period and getting onto the growth period that you can initiate that will eventually lead to an exit strategy. So I guarantee you, if you're willing to have activity on the front end, you're willing to be accountable, you're willing to learn from your mistakes, you can be successful in this business in a very, very, very big way. So, David, let me unmute you real quick. Let me find you. And if you can just give the team a little bit of update on the physical copies of the books you're handing out and what's going on there. I appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, Michael. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I guess so. Real quickly, I know everybody's busy, and I'm going to be very brief. Number one, I can't thank you and Alana enough for this opportunity to send books out directly to people. I'm in. I order my own books. So you know what? When you're ready, I'm going to do that. We get past compliance on that. That book's going out to as many people as I talk to in LinkedIn, through social media. Also want to tell you, 2 people while I'm on this meeting, through LinkedIn, called me directly. Guess where they're from? WFG. What do you mean, guy? I said, well, you don't know about us? I mean, now we're beginning to know about you. Well, listen, how long you been there? Have you done any business? Only if you're SMD will let you come over. You got to wait 9 months. And this guy would just started. He wrote 1 deal, and he's so pissed off right now. I'll get back to you. I want to do this. So look, this whole thing is beginning to change. As far as the books, I went out yesterday. Also had the privilege of my new business partner, Larry Robinson, who lives right around the corner from me, come over, and we talked about some strategies. And he's moving in the right direction now. And this book, I will tell you, I've dropped 15 now. And I actually sent one to my son, who's in L.A., and while I was in there sending it to him, I gave it to the business owner who I've been courting for a while. And she actually said to me, hey, I'm ready to go with life insurance for my son and for me. And I said, that's great, but we got to do it the right way. And I'm going to give you this book. She freaked out this book. The only problem is, yes, it's easy to read, but people who are business owners are taking their time because, they're just busy. I'm following up. This is going to, it's a process. I still believe in 1 out of 10 is going to sell. I think it's going to be even more. I really do, from the conversations I'm having with people and the follow-ups. They're busy. Get back to me in a couple more days. Friday's my big day to follow up with more people I drop books with. I'm doing it again tomorrow. 5 books every 2 days a week. That's it. 5. Takes me less than an hour. Helps me to get out once in a while because I'm used to being around people all the time back in my day, but I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to be in front of people anymore. I'm telling you all, no one will tell me as a road warrior for 40 plus years of my life before I got into this, you have to sit face to face with people. You don't. There's verbiage and language that we put together to make it easy for any client to do business with you and sharing your screen and educating with them or potential clients. I'll leave you with this because I know it's time. Look, this new system, this new tracks for everybody, it's fabulous. It just makes so much more sense. It's easy. It's 3 in 30 days. That's all it is. One goes to the person you brought in, and that person who came into the company, when they get licensed, and don't wait around for them. Here's the big mistake we're all going to make. You know what? We want you to get your license within 20, 30 days so you can make money. That's what this is about. You don't have to sell anything, but you got to have a license so we can give you the commission check. And we want to give you the commission check. And we want you to make money. And we want to help you build digital agencies and digital assets all over this country. Time is right, everybody. Conversations are different. I've been here long enough to know the difference. 3.5 years of my life has been dedicated to this company and my growth. And I'm not the same person I was 3.5 years ago. I've learned so much. I continue to learn. This new technology, this new decade, this roaring 20s that we're in is going to define and change every business out there. It makes no difference where you are. It's coming, it's here, and it's faster and faster. I wish everybody an incredible week. Michael and Alana, thank you for the opportunity to let me speak. If anybody wants to talk to me, ask Michael and Alana my phone number. I'll be willing to help you also. And to my team that's on here, thank you so much for being here. We're going to grow. Let's make it a great week. Stay in touch. I'm in touch with you every day. Reach out. If I don't hear from you, then I don't know how we all can help you. Not just me. We all have Mike and Alana too. And they're willing to help anybody on my team also. As you know that, because we're all a big team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Great message. And guys, real quick, if somebody is in the limbo period of time, all new people are on the new promotional guidelines. If somebody's in the company right now, we still honor whatever they're doing. If they're on the fast track, we still honor that. The limbo period of time, there'll be a small adjustment period. New people go on the new promotional guidelines. David is exactly right. Follow-up is where your money's made. So the difference between somebody who makes $25,000 a year versus $250,000 a year in this business, a lot of that has to do with, yes, activity on the front end, but just creating leads is not enough. If you follow up and get good at resolving leads, not dumping for non-communication, watch your income explode. Hope you guys have a great day. Raise your hand if you need help. We don't know unless you let us know. Thanks, guys.